Okay, hi everybody. We're going to talk today about grammatical mistakes that you didn't even realize were wrong. Okay? We're going to talk about grammatical errors that you didn't realize you were making. All right? And some of the most common grammatical errors are ones that people don't really realize that they're doing. Okay? And one of the common ones that you've probably seen and you know about, but you don't really know how to tell that you're making this mistake, is you need to know the difference between there, and there. You've probably heard this before. Teachers have told you about this, but you probably don't realize when you're actually making this mistake. Okay? So the best way to do that is just by a definition. So there is a place. There shows ownership. Okay, it belongs to someone. All right? And there is what's called a contraction. It really just means they are. Okay? So all you have to do in order to see if you're using this correctly is every time you come about one of these three words, every time you come upon there, or there, in your writing or in anything that you are working with, you just have to decide whether you're talking about a place, whether you're showing ownership, or whether it's really just they are. Okay, so if I said, I am going to the store, and then I told you, please meet me there. Well, now I'm just talking about a place, so I know this is the right one. Okay? So please meet me there. All right? And if I say, I really want to try some of their new donuts. Well, this is just something that belongs to the store. It belongs to the store. Their new donuts. Okay? And then if I want to say they are very good, they're supposed to be, let's say. They're supposed to be very good. Well, then I'm using they are. Okay? And that might seem kind of simple, but it really is. If you just ask yourself, is it a place? Is it showing ownership or belonging, or does it actually mean they are? Then you've solved this first grammatical error that we talked about, the one that you don't really realize that you're making, because they all sound the same, there, and there, but you have to just be really careful each time, and then you should be able to avoid that problem. Okay? The next one is kind of similar. People do this a lot between your and your. But again, you just have to ask yourself the question, are you really saying you are? Or does it belong to you? Okay. So you are, an example would be, you're going to finish the class in 10 minutes. You're going to finish the class. You are. All you have to do is say, can I substitute it with you are? Can I put in a you are for your? If I can, then this is the one that I'm talking about. But a lot of times, so many times, people will say things like, you're going to finish. And they won't even think about it. But this doesn't make any sense because we're not showing any possession. Nothing's belonging to you there. Okay? It's just you are. But here, your class is ending very soon. Well, now this belongs to you. It belongs to you. So if it belongs to you, does it belong to you? Well, does it belong to you? If it does, then use your, Y-O-U-R. Are we really trying to replace the words you are? Then use Y-O-U apostrophe R-E. Does that make sense? Okay. So then the next one we need here, I'm just going to erase this. Okay, and then we need another one here for grammatical errors that we don't realize we're making. We didn't even realize we're wrong. This gets a little bit more interesting here. This one is a really big one, grammatical error that people make all the time, okay? They will use then, and they won't know whether you're supposed to use then or than. All right? But again, it's really actually very simple. Then is when you're dealing with time. Are we talking about time? A time when something is happening? Well, if we are, we use then. Are we talking about a comparison? Are we making a comparison? Are we comparing two things? Then we use than. Okay. So, we could use an example for time. We could say, she ate dinner and then she ate dessert. She ate dinner and then she ate dessert. Okay, so then here would be referring to the time when she ate dessert. Okay, which would have been after dinner. So then is referring to the time when something is happening. Okay. She ate dinner, then she ate dessert. All right. Whoops. Okay. Let me go to the next one, than. All right, so she likes cake better, and that's a keyword, better, than ice cream. And that's an example where the word then has to do with time. When did she do it? She ate dinner then she ate dessert. When did she do it? After dinner. Better than, are we comparing two things? Yeah, we're comparing cake and ice cream. Okay, so that's how that one works. Okay, and then the last one we're going to talk about, that's a really common error that we don't realize we're making, is we don't realize how to figure out the difference between its and its. Okay? And so its is just a contraction. So are we trying to say it is? If we are, then that's the one to use. Its shows possession or ownership or belonging, right? So that's its, all right? So if we want to say it's a great movie, well, that's good because I'm trying to say it is. Am I trying to say it is? Yes. So that works. All right, but then if I want to say he likes its color, that's showing possession. That's showing the color of it. He likes the color of it. Okay, like he likes your jacket's color. He likes its color. Okay? Does that make sense there? Its, and that's just showing possession, the color that belongs to it. Okay, shows ownership, shows belonging. All right? So really, we just have to ask ourselves: Are we using the word the words it is? And if we are, then that's fine. Okay, we just have it's with an apostrophe. But if we're not trying to say it is, then we're just showing possession like that. Okay? All right. So, those are the grammatical errors that we don't really realize.